Butler. Qualifying heat number 1 brought to you by Engler Machine and Tool. Travis Cunningham, day and night of row 1. Jesse Costa, Jamie Collard, row 2. Todd Hoddick, Brad Malloy, row 3. Bob Crawford, Derek Jonathan, row 4. And in the back, Shane Butler was supposed to originally go off in 5th, but chose to go tail in car number 96. 8 laps to the distance in the first qualifying heat for the Corpac Merchandising Sprint Cars, brought to you by Engler Machine and Tool.
The passing points in effect for the sprint cars. The top 16 in the passing points of all the heat races combined will go on to the feature, the rest to the B main, and right now Travis Cunningham in the lead of this one, trying to get as many points as he can.
They rock it around through turns 1 and 2. Cunningham streaking down the back chute, Collard and Nida. Top 3 as they run right now.
Groove definitely in use right now for the sprint cars, but dmstyres hasn't been out here for his heat race yet, so I'm sure we're going to see at least one car run the top side. Right now, Cunningham has Jamie Collard all over the back end.
Collard on the inside, Groove trying to catch the leader, Travis Cunningham. Dane Nida runs 3rd. Herder there in the 52, up to 4th.
So Cunningham still out front in the 71 at the halfway signal, 4 in, 4 to go. As Collard still looking for a way to catch up to the 71, and now Dane Nida has switched to that top groove as he was not catching up on the bottom side.
Nida is flying, Tommy, but you got to be careful with that top side cushion. Trouble for the 96, he'll pull to the infield. We keep rolling, it's Cunningham, Collard, but here comes Dane Nida.
Used that top groove before as the driver of the 07X is up there looking for grip. Right now, 2 to go. Cunningham out front, Collard 2nd, then Nida on the top side.
Nida holds down 3rd. Everybody else looking for bite. It is very slick out there, and they have to find their way through. White flag down for Travis Cunningham.
Collard tiptoeing around the inside, trying any way he can to get a run on the 71. Now he switches to the top side. Collard looking for grip up there. He won't get it. Cunningham gets the heat race win. 2nd will be Collard. Then it's Nida. Jesse Costa in the 52. Brad Malloy in the 5M, the 49 of Todd Hoddick, the 81 of Derek Jonathan, the 10 of Bob Crawford, and in the infield and not finishing is the 96 of Shane Butler.
So there's your winner of Engler Machine and Tool heat race number 1, Travis Cunningham aboard car number 71. Travis. Race 2.
Green flag comes down, Porter gets on it, but Turner rockets around the outside now. It is hooping and working the bottom, and the yellow is out.
Row 2 being called to the front. So now we will see Jim Hoopinen and Mitch Brown on the front row. Race director Doug Leonard didn't like that start, so the front row moves back. And row number 2 moves up. So Jim Hoopinen, Mitch Brown on the front.
Right? Because the F-37 of Porter just didn't get going. He's obviously got mechanical trouble pulled in, but it doesn't matter. If the first row doesn't go properly, they flip them over, and Jamie Turner will pay the penalty for an ailing F-37 of Porter.
Hoopinen and Brown will bring them down the green flag. John Burbridge Sr. and Jamie Turner now line up in row 2. Brian Howland, Chris Steele, row 3. As we come back to the green flag.
We are on it. Green flag comes out. This time it's the defending champ. Jim Hoopinen on the inside. Mitch Brown the middle. Turner on the top side as they take it into 3.
Coming off the corner, number 4, Jim Hoopinen leads the way, the defending division champion here at Ohsweken Speedway. Mitch Brown runs in second. The man on the move right now is the 80 of Chris Steele, who started in 8th. He's in 3rd. Remember, passing points are critical in these heats.
Yeah, that helped. The drive, he got out of 4, really took off, and you can see the bottom is where the bite is right now, as it has pulled for Steele 2 times in a row, and the leader Hoopinen on the inside as well.
Jamie Turner really making the top side work. He'll get by Chris Steele, and he's trying to work around Mitch Brown. At the line, he'll be 3rd.
No, the bite's there on the entry in the middle. I just don't think it's there on the exit of the turns for these guys running the top side to keep the momentum up. And, he can get a good entry through the middle, but on the exit, not really working.
Cross lights out, 4 in, 4 to go here in Drysdale Racing Products, heat race number 2. As Hoopinen continues to lead it on the bottom groove. Mitch Brown in 2nd, Jamie Turner 3rd, and now Brian Howland up to the top trying to get by 4th place Chris Steele.
Howland drips it to the bottom. He switched lanes and they got into 3. Howland gets underneath Steeler, and Howland now on the charge. He's up to 4th, putting Steele back to 5th, and now Howland working on Turner on the bottom.
Howland now up to the 3rd spot. Nice drive by him coming from back in the field on this qualifying heat. He started in the 7th spot.
Hoopinen in his own zone here right now. He brings it around the white flag, a long lead ahead of Mitch Brown. Howland runs 3rd, 4th is Steele, and 5th is Turner.
Jim Hoopinen will work around the lap car of Sammy Styres in his first heat race. Nice job by him. Jim Hoopinen will win Drysdale Racing Products heat race 2. Mitch Brown will be 2nd, Brian Howland 3rd, 4th will be Chris Steele, 5th, Jamie Turner, 6th will be Connor Mahoney, 7th, John Burbridge Sr., and then Sammy Styres will come home in the 8th spot. Jim Porter will be 9th. There's your winner of Drysdale Racing Products heat race number 2, Jim Hoopinen in the 14H.
4 will qualify. Everybody else headed for the B main. We will qualify 16 cars out of the qualifying heat races. Then we will have 4 cars come out of the B main.
So they're trying to get the right running order here. James Evans did not make the call. Glenn Styres was supposed to be in the 3rd starting spot. The inside row moves up, so it's Glenn Styres, Keith Dempster, Tyler Rand, Scott Kruder, Havard Daniels, and Stephen Goldner. 6 cars, 8 laps the distance, 4 cars to qualify.
Here we go. Dempster had a good run in that feature, but so did Glenn Styres, and he takes the early lead in that 0 car. Here comes Tyler Rand in the 84.
Man, shot out of a cannon off a corner 2. He made some moves, and now Keith Dempster gets down to the inside of Tyler Rand, grabs the top spot, but at the line, yes, he'll hold it just barely over Glenn Styres.
Styres running that top side like I thought he would in that 0 car. Fighting for grip up there. There's a thin line between going over the edge and having a fast lap, and right now he's riding that one pretty well, but Dempster still leads at the line.
Dempster, Styres, Rand, and Kruder, the top 4, as Stephen Goldner has problems up in corner 2. He will right the ship and stay on the track.
So Dempster and Styres, the teammates, having a good, fun battle for the lead right now with 3 laps on the board. They'll hit the halfway signal this time by, and now Tyler Rand starting to get the 84 back going again, but he's slow in turn 4.
Yellow out for Havard Daniels down the back stretch as he spins it off of corner number 2. So both Havard Daniels and Stephen
backup car for Series taxi team, but it's good to see the 84 driver back out here on the track this week.
start cone as we are back underway with Keith Dempster leading the way over boss and teammate Glenn Styres in car number 0.
Drove it in really hard there into turn 1, almost went up over the banking before he got on the binders, and he's right back into the fray here as they get the halfway signal. Styres up to the top side, Dempster down low, Rand down low as well, and Kruder running the top side.
Styres committed to the top groove. He's right there on the edge. You can tell he's just about to go right over, but he keeps it going and stays neck and neck with the leader, Keith Dempster.
Keep an eye on that wing on the 0 car. Moves back just a few inches every time Glenn gets a chance to yank on that lever. And now he's up into the lead officially with 2 to go.
Well, the only drivers making gains on the top tonight is Glenn Styres, as he will now get some distance between he and Keith Dempster. Tyler ran with a nice run right now in 3rd after the flip last Friday night.
Styres with half a lap left to go here in the 0 car, pulling away from Dempster as Rand is now to the inside of Dempster trying to get that spot.
Checkers out, your winner of O'Neill Farm Equipment Heat Race number 3 is Glenn Styres. Keith Dempster second in the line, but a nice run by Tyler Rand, who finishes 3rd. 4th will be Scott Kruder, and then 5th will be Havard Daniels, and Stephen Goldner rounds out the field. Your winner of O'Neill Farm Equipment Heat Race number 3, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Styres. And I should make a correction. I was saying top 4 from the heats transfer. They do not. Tommy, you corrected me. Passing points are very critical, and that's what gets the top 16 set for the A main, as I was doing a little bit of stock car thinking.
Good to see Wayne Ashton back here at the Speedway and starting on the pole of this one in the 3A, but he gets overtaken just for a moment by Zimbardi. Ashton though good on the bottom.
So Dykstra, your leader. Zimbardi from way in the pack. So is Hoopin, and they're both rocking it up towards the front, looking for a bunch of passing points here.
Hoopin has been running well on the bottom side in that 27H ever since we got here for opening night. He's down there again. Dykstra though good on that top side in the 5D. Now he switches lanes. Zimbardi still pounding on what's left of the cushion up there.
Kretschka picking up a bunch of passing points after starting tail. He's got around 4 of them, still a long way to go. Look at Zimbardi pounding that outside cushion. Not much bite up on the outside of 4, but he's making it work. He gets around Dykstra for 2nd.
It's a really thin line up there, as we mentioned, but Zimbardi and Styres and a couple others have really made it work to their advantage so far tonight, as Zimbardi takes over that 2nd spot now. Hoopinen still out front at the cross flags.
Zimbardi pound that outside cushion. Hoopinen and Dykstra working the inside. The best battle now is Ross and Kretschka as they duke it out for 4th. Ross on the inside, Kretschka up to the top now.
Shane Ross, one of the rookies here at the Speedway this year in the 3R, doing a good job on that bottom side, holding off Kretschka, who does have a feature win here at Ohsweken on his resume.
Tom Hoopinen the leader, Zimbardi in 2nd. Dykstra's 3rd, Ross then Kretschka as they work their way around. Just a couple more to go, 2 for Hoopinen.
Zimbardi doing all he can to try to catch up to that 27H of Tom Hoopinen, that home-built car for the 5-Star Racing team, and he's doing a good job running that bottom side right now.
Top 3 have gotten away. It's Ross and Kretschka duking it out on the bottom here for 4th, but coming around out of 3 and 4, it'll be Tom Hoopinen with the win here in qualifying race number 4.
second will be Zimbardi, then it's Dykstra third. At the line, it is Ross, then Krutchka into 0-1. Zanchin in the 94, and Wayne Atkins gets it sideways at turn 4.
So your winner of Best Western Cairncroft Hotel Heat Race number 4 out of Fenwick, Ontario, the 5-Star Racing Products car number 27, each of Tommy Hoopinen.
Down to the green flag, Kruder gets on it. Connor Mahoney with a good run up the inside as well. Or sorry, that's Malloy there in that 5. And they come to the inside and take off on a 2. Turner on the move already, Tommy.
Kruder looked good in the 52 until he got to the exit of turn 2, and then the car kind of bogged down. Not much grip up there, but he takes over the lead once again. Brad Malloy back to second. Todd Hoddick holding down the 4th and final transfer spot for now.
Kruder with Malloy, the top 2, and they start to pull away. Zankin working the outside of the 94. Now Malloy trying to steal the lead away. Kruder goes up the track. Malloy trying to find some bite on the inside.
Jamie Turner trying to find some bite on the outside in that 11 car. He's in the 6th spot right now, trying to get up into a position to battle for that transfer spot. Right now, not able to do it. Kruder out front, Malloy on the bottom trying to catch up.
Derek Jonathan, the 81 on the inside, trying to take it away. Now Hoddick in 4th. In the 49, he drops down to the inside. Turner, Zankin, and Jonathan. We got Goldner around in 4th. He keeps going, and that'll bring out a yellow. Yellow out for Steve Goldner.
So Steve Goldner, who started on the outside of row number 2, now going to be way at the back of the pack to restart this one. Scott Kruder, your leader, in the 50. So we're ready to go once again. 4 laps on the board in this Corpac Merchandising Sprint Car B Main presented by Awesome Racewear. Here we go. Kruder out front in the 52. Malloy second in the 5M.
Jesse Costa on the inside in the 52. Here comes Derek Jonathan around. Somebody hit the cone. Who will it be? Somebody's going to be paying the bang here. The penalty will come out. 4 laps complete. We got 3 feature races to come to close up the program after this B-Main. Mini stocks, sprints, and thunder stocks is how they will line up. Getting set to go. Green again. We are on it. Scott Kruder coming into turn 1.
Kruder has been here to Ohsweken a few times before. He's a teammate to Todd Hoddick now in the 49 car, and both the drivers currently in a transfer spot. But Derek Jonathan right there in that green 81 car.
Jamie Turner trying to set up a run at this one as well. Costa now giving way to Todd Hoddick as Hoddick gets through the inside. Costa battles back around the outside.
Costa was a rookie here last year at the Speedway, doing a good job, but now he's back to the 4th spot, and Derek Jonathan is right on the tail end, looking to get around him for that final transfer.
We heard Tom Hoopinen say it's a set-up track tonight. You can tell the guys who've nailed it and the guys who are struggling a little bit, trying to make up for it. Problems in one as the rookie Sammy Stark gets up over the berm. He'll take it to the pit. 7 on the counter now. Looking for double flags out for Kruder here out of 4.
Kruder looking good on that top side right now. He must have been watching the dmstyres 0 and figured out that he can run that same line. Teammate Todd Hoddick in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Brad Malloy, and then look at Jamie Turner all over Jesse Costa trying to get that final transfer.
Man, Turner is on a tear here as he gets around Costa. White flag is out. Scott Kruder, Todd Hoddick, Brad Malloy, the top 3. Then who will be 4th? Turner, Costa, or Jonathan?
Hoddick gets it up a little bit high in turn 4, but he takes the win anyway. 2nd will be Hoddick. 3rd is Malloy. Then it's the 11 of Turner. Those 4 cars will transfer to the A main. Derek Jonathan, Jesse Costa, and the rest of the field are on the trailer now.
Ready to go, 20 laps of the Corpac merchandising sprint cars.
Here we go, a couple of drivers in backup cars on the front row. Jim Hoopinen takes the early lead as Tyler Rand feeling some heat now from the 35 of Jared Zimbardi.
Working off a corner 4 for the first time by. Jim Hoopinen will lead the way side by side. It was Zimbardi and Rand going for the 2nd position.
Dmstyres, one of the cars that has chosen to go up to the top side, as has his teammate, the 07X of Dane Nida. They're back in the 5th and 6th spots though right now as Jim Hoopinen starts to pull away. Brother Tom trying to make his way up into 2nd right now.
3-car battle for 2nd. Tom Hoopinen slips by for that spot. Jared Zimbardi now to 3rd. Tyler Rand back to 4th. The fight is on for 5th. Dane Nida, Travis Cunningham there.
Jim Hoopinen pulling away in the 14H. Tom Hoopinen 2nd, also running the bottom groove in that 27H. Then it's Jared Zimbardi. Tyler Rand back to 4th. Travis Cunningham holding down the 5th spot for now, but here comes Dane Nida trying to get that spot in the middle groove.
Jim Hoopinen stretching this one out over brother Tom in that 5-star Racing Products ride. Jared Zimbardi in 3rd. Tyler Rand still holding down the 4th spot. A good bounce back week for him after the nasty flip down the backstretch a week ago.
Jared Zimbardi still trying to use that top side, but so far it's not working out very well for him. He's falling back from the top 2 right now. Hoopinen continues to lead as we have 6 laps on the board.
One of the biggest surprises tonight has to be the 51 of Brian Allen, still mired deep in traffic, and this is usually a track that he dominates at, really struggling in the early going with 6 complete.
Yeah, Howland running the bottom side, which is not something we're really accustomed to seeing, and I have a feeling he's doing a little bit of testing for next week when the big money's on the line at the Northern Summer Nationals.
So your leader already into lap traffic. The first car in his sights will be the 52 of Scott Kruder, and then the 11 of Jamie Turner as we complete lap number 8, 12 to go.
12 laps to go. Jim Hoopinen into lap traffic now as he gets around the 52 of Scott Kruder. So far, he's been able to get through the traffic pretty easily, but they're going to be starting to be side by side in front of him pretty soon.
Next time by, it'll be halfway done as Jim Hoopinen works past Brad Malloy. More lap traffic at the line. Jim Hoopinen is your leader at halfway. Tom Hoopinen 2nd. Jared Zimbardi 3rd. Dane Nida 4th. Tyler Rand 5th. 6th is Travis Cunningham. 7th, dmstyres. 8th, Jamie Collar. 9th, Dave Dykstra. 10th, Mitch Brown. 11th, Mikey Krutchka. 12th, Todd Hoddick. 13th, Chris Steele. 14th, Brian Howland. 15th, Keith Dempster. 16th, Haver Daniel. 17th, Shane Ross. 18th, Brad Malloy. 19th, Jimmy Turner. And Scott Kruger rounding out the field.
So Jim Hoopinen continuing to put laps on the back markers. He has to move to the middle group now as some of these slower cars are running on the bottom side, but so far his brother Tom in second place not able to make up much ground.
So your leader continuing just to pick cars off, left, right, and center. Next in his tire tracks, Keith Dempster in the 5 car. And then it's a bit of a ways to the first feature winner, Chris Steele. How about a reversal of fortune for Chris? Wins his first sprint car feature, and now he's having a hard time getting up through the field. 14th for Steele right now.
I want to talk about a reversal of fortune. Look who's one of the next cars in line for Jim Hoopinen to put a lap on. Brian Howland, we're used to seeing him up near the front of that 51, and Hoopinen can see him up ahead now.
Big pass there for dmstyres as he works. Well, nearly had it around Zabardi. Now he'll get by the 35. And a nice pass by the Ohsweken Flyer, the current point leader.
So 5 laps to go now as Hoopinen crosses the line. Second is Tom Hoopinen, then it's Dane Nida, Tyler Rand, and Glenn Styres up to that 5th spot now as he tries to chase down Tyler Rand. He's within sight.
4 laps to go. The leader, Jim Hoopinen, lapping the feature winner from earlier in the night. He'll then work on the back end. The 49 of Todd Hoddick. It's a long ways back to Tom Hoopinen in second. And then Dane Nida, Tyler Rand, and Glenn Styres rounding out the top 5.
Our leader, Jim Hoopinen's brother, Tom, who's running second right now, said this was going to be a setup track tonight. And it looks like Jim is the one who's got it figured out so far. He'll get the 2 to go signal this time by.
2 to go for Jim Hoopinen, and I'm impressed by the very patient and smart race run by Tyler Rand, who right now sits in the 4th position. He's still challenging Dane Nida for 3rd. This has to be one of the best runs ever for Tyler Rand here at Ohsweken.
Glenn Styres, who was trying to chase him down, has fallen back a bit. Jim Hoopinen gets the white flag out front as he tries to put a lap on Brian Howland second. Tom Hoopinen way back.
Well, for the first time in 2012, Jim Hoopinen is going to pick up the checkered flag at the Corpac Merchandising Sprint Car A main event, going green to checkered. Second place will be brother Tom Hoopinen. 3rd at the line will be Dane Nida. Great run in 4th for Tyler Rand. And 5th will be Glenn Styres. 6th will be Travis Cunningham. 7th, Jared Zambardi. 8th, Jamie Collard. 9th, Dave Dykstra. And 10th will be Mikey Krutchka. We'll get a quick photo with tonight's winner, Jim Hoopinen, and we'll get all our winners out on the front stretch at the conclusion of our second 15-lap feature for the Lighthouse Tattoo Thunderstocks.
So many grooves, it's unbelievable.
Well, you're a feature winner now. Congratulations. Welcome to Ohsweken Speedway Victory Lane. We'll turn over to Tommy Goodwin with our bomber winner.
So Max is second winner of the year in the bomber division, and Max, worked that one.
Yeah, the car's kind of banged up. I'd like to thank Lloyd Phillips. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, but I'd like to commemorate this race to him and the last race. Forgot to mention him last time. He was a great guy, but life's life. Things happen. I'd also like to thank Broncos Racing. They put the slave cylinder in this. Without that, go nowhere.
There is, that's Max Chichok, feature winner in the Pierce Parts division. 2 out of 1.
Orders, official staff, And we got my phone Tony Gooch and Clinton Jeffrey. My name is Rick Allen saying thanks for joining us tonight. Have yourself a safe drive home. We'll see you next Friday night for more Friday Night Thunder.
Chris? Yep.